Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back, everybody. The words we use are so important. Communication is key in life. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And it's interesting. Here we are with all this technology. We have so much these days compared to even 100 years ago. But it comes back to one thing, the words we use. We just use them in a different medium, if you will, but it still makes an impact on somebody. Back in the day, the words could have been in a book. Now you might see them online. It's the same thing. The words you choose really dictate who you are and make an impact. We're going to talk about choosing the right words, the right mindset, the right thought. This is all in her wheelhouse as a certified life coach and a Clarity Catalyst instructor. And she's back with us. Great to have her here. Ghada Elias joins us here on the program. How are you doing today?
Awesome. How are you?
I love your birds.
Are you sorry?
No. You're very low, very low. And it's funny. I went to a pet store yesterday to buy food for my cat and dog. And I intentionally walked over to the birds. I'm carrying like 50-pound sacks of food. I'm still holding them. But I was like, I got to just look at the birds. And I was just staring at them. Of course, I try to talk to them, make little squeaky noises and whistles and things like that to see if I get anything out of them. But yeah, I love them. There's just something. I know we've digressed here, but what is it what is it that you love about birds?
It's this bird specifically. I have a canary. It's peach. The color is peach, and I called it peach. It chirps. The chirping is not just one tone. It's different tones, and if you close your eyes, you can take yourself into a forest, like into nature, and just listen to the bird. It's magical.
I get it.
I love in the morning, like I wake up on it's chirping. It chirps in the morning like this all day, and it's not the same tune. It's amazing. I think birds are just awesome.
There's something happy about it. And I sold a house a couple of years ago, but I renovated before I did. I had renovated the backyard, made it like a tropical paradise. That's kind of my thing. And I'm a geek, so I have speakers everywhere. And then I thought, what if I put bird sounds out there and just sit down and read, just hang out? So I did. And they were recorded, and you can find them anywhere. Go on Spotify. Yeah. You can find hours of just, and you loop it around. The local birds started communicating with my pre-recorded birds. It was the coolest thing.
Isn't that cool? Yes.
It was.
So I have to tell you, I also I love it because I walked Camino de Santiago. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a walk in Spain. Okay, it's a pilgrimage. A lot of people do it, actually. I met so many people from the U.S. But walking through nature, this is all I hear: the birds, and it's just quiet and just birds. So I stood and I recorded so many sounds of the birds. And after I got this one, it just sometimes takes me back to my walk.
You know what's interesting?
I love it.
Ghada, I just realized this. Here we are talking about the words that you choose, but we're talking about birds, and that's their words.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, we can go back to our words.
Yeah. So many of us have communication challenges. Many of us don't think before we react and deliver whatever communication that is, whatever words we're going to deliver. What's your first thoughts about all of that when it comes to communicating and picking the right words, having the right mindset when you're doing that?
It takes a lot of practice. It really takes a lot of practice, a lot of self-discipline to get to the point where you can pause, think about what you're about to say, and actually think, is this gonna escalate the situation, or is it gonna resolve it? Or maybe just put a kind of not an end, just not escalate it. It takes a lot of practice. A lot of stress, a lot of issues that we go through in life, anxiety. We don't think before we talk. We react. We don't respond. That's the big thing. We react. So here's the thing. If you're in a situation, this is something I worked on myself for the longest time. If I am upset, okay, and I don't respond, it's in an email or a text, I type it up, okay? I let it out, but I don't send it. I wait 24 hours. I read it after 24 hours, and you'll be surprised how much you change when you wait.
Yeah. And
a lot of, yes, go ahead.
I bet more times than not, you just hit delete.
Exactly. You just hit delete. Because at that moment, you're not responding, you're reacting. Your logic is not there. You're acting on emotions.
It's funny you should say that. I think I shared them in a men's group, and that's one of the number one things they say. Don't react on emotion. They say wait 48 hours. But any time you wait is important. And then over time, I've learned, I don't know if I've ever shared the three-part filter, but before you deliver any communication, a text, an email, whatever it might be, put it through these three things. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Has to fit all.
A lot of times, so when we are able to choose our words, and words are very powerful, you can destroy a person with your words, or you can lift them up. They're not letters. They're just like this is the power of a human, is the words.
Yeah. It's all we have.
It's all we have. Yes, that's what different. Of course, the brain and everything, but the words is what we communicate with. And this is a lot of time where I'm not having a very a thoughtful day today. Okay, I need you to interrupt me right now.
Well, whenever I hear communication about words, it reminds me of a song that came out by Cher. It was back in the 80s. It's called If I Could Turn Back Time. And there's a line in the song that says, words are like weapons. They can hurt sometime. And I never forgot that. It's amazing, you have the two sides. So you can harm with your words. But you could change somebody's life, potentially save their life with the other words. What do I mean by that? You could walk into a Starbucks, barista's at the counter. They're having some major challenges in their life. You have no idea what they're going through. They may be that close to not continuing with their life. And you could be the one to just say, I love your smile. I love your hair. It really fits you. The way it frames your face out. That one little thing, that could be the game changer. And it could change their life, or it could just change them for the moment.
Very true. Yeah.
And you don't know
it. And you don't know it. And you don't know it. That's the thing. It's just that always choose to be kind with your words. It doesn't matter. Because you don't know what the other person is going through.
Yeah.
And the problem with us, we assume the negative. We always assume the negative in every person. Yeah. Let's say the person in front of us is being rude. Okay, well, I don't know what they're going through. If I'm rude back, I'm just escalating the situation. If I can be nice and kind, that could give the message to that person.
Yeah.
It could change the way they are. It could change the way they look at things. You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
And many of us walk around, and any therapist will back it up, that we feel that we're not good enough, that we're not enough. It's the number one thing that we all have within us in different areas, whatever it might be. And it could be the most confident, successful person on the planet in front of you, but you don't know what they're going through. And there could be different things. And even just to say these words, even to your kid, I'm proud of you. Somebody said that, I'm going to share this. The other day, somebody said, I don't know if it was I'm trying to remember where I was or if it was online during a Zoom video. And somebody said, I'm proud of you. And they weren't talking to me, but at the moment they said it, it felt good. Even though it wasn't for me, because we never hear it. We never hear those types of words. We just don't in life usually. Positivity. You don't hear a lot of positivity.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I want to share something I do with my daughter. It's been 2 years. Okay. And now every time she does something, she makes a point to call me, to tell me, this is what I'm doing. This is what I did. She's an artist. She does the glass flow in. And that's the one thing I always say to her. Oh my God, I am so proud of you. I think you're awesome. I think, like, I love everything you're doing. And I'm being truthful. I'm being authentic. It's the truth. But it's her voice when I say that to her. It's that joy in her voice that makes it worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it starts with our family. It starts with our kids. Yeah. Before we do it with strangers, we've got to do it with our kids. We've got to show them, because it builds their self-esteem. It makes them stronger in life. Even when things, and I say to her, like, sometimes you do make mistakes. That's okay. We learn from them. But as long as you try your best, and that's the thing. We're not perfect. No one's going to ever be perfect. No one's going to be able to control their temper. Nobody. It doesn't matter how much. Emotional intelligence is something we work on for the rest of our life. But there are times when we can, the more we practice it, the more we are able to control our words and think and say the right thing. If not at that moment, maybe later. And even if we say the wrong thing at the moment, this is where I truly believe that apologizing is the way to break that, I want to say, evilness that happened in the moment when you caused harm to someone.
Sure. And that all a totally different territory. How you apologize, instead of saying, "I'm sorry you took it that way." No.
No. It's when you apologize is when you really, what you caused, and you are sincere with your apology.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make you less of a person. It actually makes you a better person. Humbleness is a very, very, is a strong character, that it makes you a strong person. It shows that you are very strong to the point where you can apologize and admit that you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does take a stronger person
Yes.
to do that, but a heartfelt, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it came out that way. I'm sorry the way you took it. No. I'm sorry that I expressed myself in that way."
Yes.
But you have to mean it.
Yes. And it shows when you say it, it shows that you're sincere. You're not just saying it as words.
I've always said you can spot a phony, and if it's not genuine, somebody's going to pick up on that. The person you're apologizing to, they're going to realize that it's not heartfelt. You're just throwing things out there, maybe to make yourself feel better or to diffuse the situation. Yeah, and I guess that gets into when we talk about choosing the right words, how you deliver the words, probably another important factor here.
Oh, that makes all the difference. You can say the same word in two different ways, and it will be taken in two different reactions.
Yeah.
The same word. Yes, absolutely. You say it with a smile. You say it with a nice face. It's your face. It's accepted. You say it harshly, it will be taken personal. And that's another thing. That with our words, not to take anything personal. It's so
easier
hard.
said than done.
I know.
Yeah.
Same thing with the words. It's so easy. It's such an easy thing to say, okay, watch what you say. Think before you talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest thing to do.
And we'll even complicate this a little more.
Okay.
If you believe in astrology, which is a science, by the way, we're in what's called a Mercury retrograde right now. I don't know if you're aware of it. What does that mean? And I don't run really deep in astrology. I'm just saying. Happens 3 times. There's a reason I'm bringing this up. Happens 3 times, typically a year, for about 3 weeks. And things can go weirdly. It's been said that don't do anything new. Don't buy a car, buy a house. start a new job, things like that, because Mercury appears to be spinning in the opposite direction. Things from
Okay.
your past will come back. But the most important part of the Mercury retrograde, if you want to look at astrology, is that communication goes awry. It's off. So always, especially, and we're in it now until December 15th, always check and double check everything you communicate, because it's probably going to be taken a different way. You might not intend it that way, but to your point, Ghada, when we first started talking, is think about it before you do it. How is it going to be perceived? Now, even more so because of, the Mercury retrograde. Now you can Google it, but that's the number one
I'm
thing.
going to.
Check it out. The number one thing
Yeah.
is communication. People will take things in a different way. And I was in a text last night with somebody, and they said something, and I was going to reply, and it wasn't the most kindest reply. I'm gonna be very honest about it, and I didn't send it. I didn't even type it. I just thought about it, and I'm like, what's that? What's the point anyway? Just move on.
It's not okay. Sometimes it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
And yeah, sometimes it's not worth it. But we humans act on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. We're emotional. So a lot of us just act on emotions. And to stop and think, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes years.
Yeah.
I'm still working on myself. I'll tell you, so many times that I snap, then I go back and I apologize and say, well, it's not how I mean it. And some people tell me that I said something the wrong way. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't mean it that way. And I apologize. But then I learned from all these things that whoever snaps at me or says something, it is not about me. It's not personal. It does not define me. So if someone looks at me and says, you're stupid, I'm like, okay, doesn't make me stupid.
That's their opinion.
That's their opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's their opinion.
Yeah.
But also that's something you work on. Mindfulness, emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey. It doesn't just happen. But the more you work on yourself, the better you are at controlling your emotions, being in the moment, and just letting go and giving yourself time to think and respond.
And many times when we react to somebody, or we send a text or an email, they may have done something to trigger that, but they more times than not, they don't care. So here we are. What are you doing? They already moved on. They don't care. They're not looking even in the rearview mirror. And here you are. You could be, emotionally distraught. Yeah. They don't care. It's just like, move on. You're wasting. I'm a big believer in energy. We are energy.
Yes, and that's what I say. Like, we're wasting on our energy on things that really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is this person upset? I'm the one that's upset, and this feeling is really, it's not just affecting my mental health, it's affecting my body, it's affecting my health. So if you notice, when we're upset, we just don't want to do anything. We just like everything, nothing makes us happy. We kind of like, it depends on the severity of it. It could put us just like, it could ruin our whole day. Is this what we want?
Yeah. Yeah. And back to the energy, your vibration is lower. And that's why you're feeling blah.
Exactly.
But it's almost hard to say this, but you created it yourself.
In a way, you can control it.
Right. You have a choice.
You have a choice. That's the thing. We have a choice with our words. We have a choice of what we allow to affect us, and who we allow in our life. It's all choices we make in life. The more we're aware of it, the better we get at the choices that we make.
Yeah. Yeah. So, everything's a choice. What we do in the next 5 seconds, 5 days, 5 years, 5 months, whatever. A choice. I'm not saying life is easy.
It is not.
No.
It is not at all. Mm-mm.
No, but it's how you choose to deal with things. And if you choose to be negative about it, responding to somebody in a negative way, you're bringing that energetic vibration down. So what are you going to feel? Down.
Exactly. Something you can do for yourself, like on a really bad day when things are just really aggravating you, watch something funny. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I like any video, funny video, just make yourself laugh.
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
Yes. It's, a lot of times smiles, laughters will bring better emotions into your body. And then you can deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with.
This is going to sound crazy, but you know what I did yesterday?
What?
I was, stuff was going on. I hugged my cat. He is the most loving, mushiest, and all he does is want to be hugged and kissed, and he wants to kiss you back. So I'm like, come over here, let me hug you. And he's like, you know what? That made me feel good.
Whatever works.
Well, for you, hearing the birds.
For me, hearing the birds. Sometimes on a bad day, I mean, I don't know if people would think I'm crazy, but I laugh by myself. Like I force myself to laugh, and things change in my brain.
Yeah.
That's my way.
That way has been scientifically proven. You say laughter or even smiling can just elevate things just a little bit more.
Yes.
So, figure you're walking on some stairs. That gets you up to the next step, up to the next one. And where you eventually want to go, the highest vibration possible, as opposed to being negative, low vibration and feeling just And by the way, I don't mean to go back on the Mercury retrograde.
That's okay.
But the way it can mess with your emotions too. So if everybody's been feeling like, even in the last couple of weeks, just like, what's going on? Does it feel like a bit heavy? Just heaviness around. Maybe it's that. Google it.
I am gonna Google it, but I'll tell you what, I don't know. It's the season, it's the holiday season, and to me, it's the most joyful thing. So but I am interested to see. Maybe I'm just fighting it in my head because I love the season and I want it to be joyful and I want to do the decoration for Christmas and the whole thing. So I put myself in the mood of the holiday.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I have at 5:00, I'm picking up my daughter. She lives with me. She's at her mom's. And we're getting decorations. I said, we need new ones. We need new ones outside. We need new ones inside. That's the plan. And I'm actually looking. That's you and that high points of my day.
Thank you.
Forward to it.
Thank you.
I love your positivity, and I love your honesty and your realness about things.
Thank you.
You don't sugarcoat it. You don't put the rose-colored glasses on. Everything is great, wonderful. Life is fantastic. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Life is tough. But here's the thing. Life is life. That's what I say. Life is life.
Yeah.
It's how you make it. It's what you make out of it.
Yeah.
And I know we're almost out of time. Can I share something?
Please.
Like for parents of special needs, life is tough. It is very tough. You don't know it unless you're living it. But then we have a choice. We can either just be miserable in it, say, why me, or we can just live it the way it is. Like I have, if I want to go somewhere, I have to find someone for my son. I can't just pick up and go like everybody else. When I travel, I have to find someone for him. We have restraints, but we can still live it in a fun way. I say, make it as an adventure.
I see it with a friend of mine who has a son who has many, many, many special needs. Son of 21 just turned.
Okay.
And his daughter, who is 16, the same age as mine, said to his dad, if I said this, cut me off, but recently said, Dad, why are you pushing him? Why do you always do that? Why? And really got on her dad, my friend.
Nerves.
Yeah. And he's like, whoa, wait a minute. If I don't, he'll never experience it. And there's going to be some things that he might not enjoy. Could be eating ice cream. Like eating ice cream in the beginning. Now he loves it. It could be sports. I'm going to push him. Yes, push him. Because that's what needs to get done. And he might say, I don't like doing that, in his way of expressing. But that's how, part of
That's
how we move forward.
Yes. Unfortunately for us, it's more work. It's a lot more work. What takes a week for a typical kid, it takes us a year.
Yep.
That's the difference. But if we don't do that, our kids won't be where they are today. My son is going to be 21 in December 21st.
Wow.
That's just, yes. I'm so excited.
Wow. I get chills.
I am excited. I'm getting ready for a big birthday party for him. And I'm inviting all of his therapists, all of the teachers, couple boys. It's just like for him.
What a joyous time of the year to do that. Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Always wonderful talking with you, Ghada.
Thank you.
Your website, savoryourseasons.com.
Yes.
And
yes.
It really sounds like you're savoring this holiday season.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's the best thing you do is when you live your life the best way you can with everything that's in it. Go ahead.
I'm going to share here. Somebody invited me to go somewhere out of the country. And I have an opportunity, and I'm not sure if I should go or, I want to go, but it has to be in the next couple of weeks, right? Hearing your birds, and it's a tropical location. He just has a place for a month. He's like, and I work with him. And hearing your birds has convinced me
to go.
Yeah, weird.
You know what? Because if you don't take these opportunities, they might not come again, or they might come, but you don't know. Like it's living life and just enjoying it.
I believe things happen for a reason. So
yes,
that being available. Reason number one, hearing the birds. Reason number two, go.
Okay, here's the thing. If you don't want it, pass it on. I'll take it.
I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much for
Thank
today.
You.
And appreciate you. And we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay,
Thanks.
I'll see you.
We'll be right back.
Feeling stuck or overwhelmed? Unlock your full potential with Ghada Corey, founder of Life Coaching and Mindfulness. Transform your life and take the first step toward a brighter future today. Call 484-515-7908 or visit savoryourseasons.com to learn more.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.